Okay, I'm going to build off the last lesson for this. So if you decided to skip the part on head bobbing, that's okay, but load the scene file up anyway if you want to follow along. The first thing I'm going to cover is how to loop part of your scene. I generally avoid this because unless you time the animation right, the looping can look pretty abrupt, but it does have some uses. So the first thing I'm going to do is grab an animation to loop. This walking animation will work well. It's good and active. So just drag that to the choreography window, press OK, then give it a name and press enter. Now I'm going to adjust the view so we get more of a full body shot.
Someone have to pay for this.
Alright, so he's going to say his line and do a walking animation for a second or two. I'm going to show you how to make him walk. Forever. Okay, go and orient yourself towards the beginning here, then right click and click on New, then Loop. Now give it a name. And you can put in any value you want here, but I like to make the start time the same as the loop to time. I'll show why in a second. So copy this first value and paste it in the second text block. And you can tell it how many times to loop. Like the text says, -1 loops it forever, so let's type that in. Then press OK. Now the reason I made both values the same is because you can change the end time of the loop in the choreography window here. You just have to select the pink triangle here, then drag it forward. Now he sets a loop from where that pink bar starts to where the triangle ends. I prefer this to entering in the numbers manually because then you can see where it's stopping, instead of having to enter in 4.253 seconds or something silly like that. Now let's play this. I'm going to make a marker here so it will start just before the loop. And there he goes, doomed to walk the earth forever. But I don't want it to loop forever since I have other stuff to show you. So I'm going to delete this by right-clicking on the pink triangle, then selecting the delete option. He is free once again. Alright, so that's how you loop any section of your scene. I only looped a walk animation, but it applies to everything and everyone you have in your scene, so keep that in mind when you use it. The next thing we're going to cover is how to launch a sub-scene.